Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and as you can see I'm working on a 2-pager, and these are still photos from San Francisco. This is from the Japanese tea garden. It was our first stop of the day, and on the other side of this one I have kind of the opening thing about going there, but here I think I want to do some journaling in one of these pockets. About that I'm not totally certain, but I think I also probably need to look at what's going to come after this, because if I have journaling space kind of available in those, maybe I don't need to journal here. I'm just not sure. I should always look at that before I start a video, but I don't often think about it until I'm actually trying to design the current layout. So anyway, I've got that. You can see I've got 2 spots open, both 3x4s. I do have this little digital item that I printed, and I had dropped it in this pocket thinking like, oh, I can build a card and have that on there. So I do think I'm going to do that. I think I will probably fussy cut this, not leave it like as is, just on a background. I think the shape of it would be cooler, more visually interesting if I cut around it, because I do have this, which also has interesting lines, and then this as well. So I have to fussy cut that, and I need backgrounds. And I am thinking maybe one kind of pink, one kind of green, since that's what I've got going. I would also not be opposed to like a gray, because this Buddha statue is gray. There's some gray over here. It works as a neutral, so I wouldn't be opposed to it, but it would have to be this card because I don't want gray on gray. So whatever this background is probably pink or green. Gray maybe up here. I have fussy cut out my little piece here, and I will say I'm not the world's best fussy cutter. I only do it if I feel like it's really going to serve the project I'm working on, because I don't really enjoy it. And I tend to leave a white border if I can, because that way, like, if I make a horrendous cut or it looks really weird or something, hopefully I have enough border that I can trim it down a little bit. And I just like the look of the white edge, because then if I've got a colored background, it's a nice way to differentiate between the background and whatever I'm layering on top. So I have that done. Now I can't procrastinate anymore. I need to go in and find my background papers. And I will say, if I end up deciding like I'm gonna build a card or something for here, I do have plenty of things that are Asian themed. I actually have a whole bin of things that are Asian themed, because I go to a lot of gardens where they'll often have a Japanese or a Chinese garden. I even have been to a Thai garden at the Botanical Garden in Madison, Wisconsin. They have a Thai garden. So I have a lot of that stuff. So building a card is not an issue. Like, I have the things. It's just, would it be nicer and easier to find something that works as is? Of course. But if I don't, I don't. In looking through my pre-made cards, I don't really have a lot that's going to work here, and that's fine. So I'm probably going to have to build 2, not just 1. But luckily I have, I'm showing you all this here. I've got this package of stuff, which is all smaller pieces, but I can see right away I've got a green piece of paper. This appears to be 4x6, but I could cut it down. And I don't remember what all the other stuff in there is. Lots of stickers, but I don't think too much more paper. So I have that. But I have, let me grab this as well. I also have this packets of mixed papers here. So clearly there's a green and another green right there, different shades. But you can tell a lot of these are meant to be Asian themed, so I can go through there, see what I have. I have this sheet of stickers, and there's quite a bit of pink in here. It's not exactly the same, but I think I could get away with it if I really loved something. These stickers as well, these are a bit more neutral, but I do have a green that maybe I could use, or this border. That's really not the same green though. Ew, no. So not that border. And I also have this smaller packet. I don't think there's anything in here. This is an old Cocoa Daisy kit. I don't think there's anything in here that's going to match, because it's very much like this aqua and pink color. It's not a lot of green, not a lot of this darker pink. I have some options here. As you can see, I've laid this down already. I have this green, and it's got a subtle pattern to it. It actually matches this pretty well. I feel like all these different greens, it's a pretty good match. So I might end up using that. this is the other part of that. These are from the same sheet. I kind of dig this gold that's in there. And I was like, ooh, can I cut this strategically? I could kind of cut down here or this way if I wanted more of that in there, but I'm not sure I need it because this is more gray, like silver tone than a gold. So there's that. Is there anything on the other side? Oh, it's just plain. Okay, so that's an option too. But then I pulled this paper out, and at first I saw this side, and I'm like, absolutely not. That does not go at all. But look at the other side. It's not that far off. They're not exact, but it's not that far off. I could do one up here. Now, is that pattern too wild? Maybe. I'd have to like cut it down and try a 3x4 in there and see what I think. But so far, I'm liking the idea of it. When I take this piece and put it on here, I definitely like that. And actually, I'm looking at this in the writing. Is it supposed to go this way? I can't even tell. That's kind of nondescript. I'll look closer at it, and if it looks like it's supposed to be this way, then fine. I'll do it that way. But in any case, I love this against that green. This, I think, no. Too much. But the green, yes, and I do have both gray and silver ink. So if I decide I want to bring that out a little more, I could do just very subtle ink splattering, and I think that would work. I did go ahead and check my layouts both before and after, and I forgot I've already done the one that's after this, and I journaled. So I don't need to journal here, which is awesome. Then I can just build whatever I want. So I've cut this down, and what I ended up with is I have a 2-inch strip here, which is awesome. I can use that as a background maybe with another page protector, because I have several where there's like a 2x6 or a 2x8 slot in the page, so that's awesome. And then I cut this down so that I have a full 6x8 piece of paper that I could use again as a background for a full page. And then I have my 2 3x4s. So I was able to utilize that paper as much as possible, which is what I like to do. So now if I put that there, does that go? I think yes, I think it would be fine. But then I just have to be careful with what I put on here. Perhaps something a little more solid. Not a lot happening because this paper is pretty bold. Lots of pattern happening there. So what I build on that, I'm not sure. Probably not much from here unless I did. Nope, that tag is too big. That needs to be on a 4x6. So that's not it. Oh, it's a bummer I couldn't use this. Maybe I can in a 4x6 slot. So it might be something from here that's like one of the black phrases, or where were those other items that I had? These, I think I have another bag too. Oh yeah, here it is. And the other bag of stuff. So in my stuff, I found a 4x6 card. I'm so tempted like to do a flip here, simply because I want to use the card, which I know is dumb. I will go to other agency themed things that I can use it, but look at this card. All that I seek is already within me. Look at the color, come on. Like, it would be really busy here, but I love it. So we'll save that for something else. I also found this card. We're going on a tangent here, off track. But I forgot I had this. This is from a Cocoa Daisy set as well. Look at those beautiful koi fish. I could use either side actually. Now I didn't see any here, so there won't be any of those appearing here, but again, I go often enough. I will use that at some point. And I think I have found what I'm going to do with the rest of this page in terms of building things. So for this card, I have this sheet of digital embellishments that are ephemera that I printed out, and I just never cut them all. I think I'm going to use this because it's black with a little bit of gray. It's not like there's a pattern, but it's not like crazy. I think that would actually be a nice differentiation, and I might do like a black outline around it once it's on the card, just because it's kind of here, but I'm gonna have to cut around that or punch it, so I might lose a little bit of that, but I'm going to use that. And then again, I printed more things than never actually cut them all out. Here I think I want to use this one that says the Far East. So, and I will put it, if I've got this and this, might have to go here. And you know what, actually that's not bad, because who cares about the railing? If I cover that up, that's not a big deal. Cut out the phrase right here, so now I have that. Might trim it down a little bit more on the side there, I'm not sure yet. But then I have these, and I grabbed out my 2-inch punch and my 1.5 because I wasn't sure. Oh my gosh, the 2 inch is way too big. Kind of funny. But this one should be just the right size. Because when I look at it like that, if I were to punch it here, like that's pretty perfect. I am probably going to lose some of that black on the outside, but that's okay. Positioning has to be careful here. Does that look pretty good? I feel like I've got more white showing on the right side. So, oh, you can see, yep. So it's just like a slightly bit under, an inch and a half maybe. So I will do black around the outside because it still has it a little bit here, but not all the way around, which is fine. So let's see here. Is that too much? When I see that now, it's kind of busy. Well, I'm gonna go with it. Right now, I'm going to assume that's what I'm doing. I'll look through my stuff one more time, just in case I have anything else that might work, but I think I'm doing that. I've attached it on there, so now I'm just going to do the border around it. I've already made a mistake. I went a little outside the line. That's why generally doing this is not my favorite thing to do, like unless it really needs it. So there you can see I have a mistake. I'm actually just gonna color that in, so at least it's all black. How does that look? Not too bad. Might just go over this again to make it like a little thicker. There we go. And then because I have that, I might actually just do kind of one on purpose over here. There we go. Just, you know, make it a little more aesthetically pleasing. There we go. All right, so I'll leave that, let that ink dry a little bit. And, oh, you know what? I can attach this onto my photo while I'm waiting for that. When I was looking at the cards, I do think they need a little splattering, but I'm not gonna do gray or silver. I'm gonna do black. It's a bold choice. It could be good or bad. I'm gonna try to do it like as little as possible. Sticking to that less is more idea, but we'll just see how it goes. I did the splattering and look how it came out. I love it. I think that was the right choice and like just enough, just that little hint of black to bring everything together. I love it. I just want to show you too that when I adhered these, because I had 2 3x4s, but it was a 4x6 pocket, I chose to just put them right on the back of what was on the other side rather than put another piece of cardstock in there and make it even heavier. I decided to just do that, and I'm fine with that. And then over here, this should be dry now. That's all that needs. I can put this in here. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with it. So here's another one done for San Francisco. Thanks for watching.